on, coffee.
Hello and welcome back to Supply Chain Broadcast. This is episode 4.
In this episode, we visit Nanyuki to investigate a different supply chain that begins in Kenya, flowers.
In recent years, the flower industry has risen to be the largest source of agricultural export income for Kenya, above both coffee and tea.
Kenya provides 40% of the roses going to the EU and a whopping 70% to the United Kingdom.
The flower industry works on a different rhythm to coffee. Tambuzi, the farm we visited, also operates on much larger scale compared to Kanaru's farm.
Tambuzi's main crop is roses. Let's go and find out about the process of making flowers.
We visited 2 of their greenhouses, among many. One was focused on the development of new products, responding to market. This is mainly outside of Kenya. We'll talk about this later again. And the other greenhouse is for current products.
Harvesting happens throughout the year. However, sometimes are busier, like Valentine's Day. According to Patricia, the sales manager, Tambuzi is influenced by the seasons, but not the natural season, the market season.
When flour is harvested in the morning, it moves to the packaging house, where preparation of logistics starts. It begins with standardization, making into same length and sorting out according to different categories. Because flour is a delicate product, all the process happens in the same farm in a day. When the flour is ready, they are packaged to send. First, they travel by cooled truck, then air freight. There is a dedicated terminal for flour at Nairobi Airport. The longest journey the flour will have is 2 days to Australia. But for the largest market in Netherlands or UK, it will arrive within a day.
Recently, Tambuzi have been trying to expand into the Chinese market.
But if the harvesting happens throughout the year, what happens to the soil?
They regularly test the pH of the soil to make sure that rose plants will grow well. They also operate a crop rotation system in the greenhouses to maintain the soil's nutrients. For example, green manure is grown specifically to create healthy compost. Water conservation is also a big concern, as it's the most valuable resource in any agricultural activity. From our conversations with employees in the pack house, we learnt that since it's a big farm, they can hire lots of people from the local community. Therefore, people form a natural family through their work, and it's an extension of the already existing families in the local area. Young people work for a short term usually, and after go on their own direction. But there are lots of people who have been working for the long term, like 10 or maybe 15 years.
After our visit to Tambuzi, we stopped in at the Microsoft App Factory, which is nearby. They train young people to create a technological solution to social issues.
The App Factory are working with Tambuzi to explore ways to connect the people in their supply chain. To do this, they're developing an app that facilitates conversation between producers and consumers, with the latter being able to thank the former for their work.
What's your thought on the difference?
The difference is in the timescale, because coffee and flowers have different processes. With flowers, production happens in one location, whereas coffee is spread out. This affects people's ability to understand the entire system and how connected they can be to other members of the supply chain.
Next up is some conversation that we had in the farm.
Flora, this one is going to Germany, so it's bunched by 10. But most of the customers that we are sending flowers, we usually bunch by 12. They love farming. You know, most, what I can say is, Kikuyus, in the areas where they're living, they have enough rainfall, and it's a good agricultural areas. You know, each tribe in Kenya is specific to certain economic activity. Some tribes are pastoralists, some are farmers, and some are fishermen. Yeah. So Kikuyus, you can classify them as farmers.
Well, that was an interesting day exploring the Tambuzi Rose Farm in Nanyuki. Thanks to everyone who spoke with us and helped to show us around. We really appreciate it. What's our next stop, Juhi?
We're going to Mathare in Nairobi to visit the roasters that you got coffee from on your last trip to Kenya. We're going to take then the green beans we were given at the coffee exchange to see how they're gonna roast.
Amazing.
Oi!
Let's get going.
Going.
Okay,
Can we say it different way?
what way?
Maybe we say wah wah.
It's like the Jaws theme tune. The scary shark movie.
No, I just copied what is happening outside.
Ah.